broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I love this song. I've always loved this song.
I know. J-Lo is just going with the style. She's
I know. 90s was such a good music period.
I wouldn't know. We were getting a taste of
Every
it.
generation says that,
Yeah,
though.
from Fresh Off the Boat, I had to listen to it.
Every generation says that. Hi, AfterBuzzers. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Fresh Off the Boat.
Yes.
This is episode number 9, License to Sell, and we have the lovely Luna Blaise joining us in the studio today. Please check us out on youtube.com/AfterBuzzTV. Check us out on SoundCloud and on iTunes. I am your host, June Lee, and you guys can follow me at ms_June Lee. And introduce yourselves.
Hi, I am Luna Blaise.
And where can they find you on Twitter?
You can find me on Twitter at Luna Blaise, and Blaise is spelled B-L-A-I-S-E. And then on Instagram, you can find me at Luna Blaise Boyd.
Nice.
Perfect. Hey guys, I'm Kanika Lal. You can find me on Twitter at Kanika Lal.
Yay! So let's jump in. What did you guys think about this episode?
I loved it.
It was
great.
A lot of Nicole in this episode.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yes.
which we love always.
I know. I love and you guys, you talked about this last time when you joined us in the studio. You and Hudson have such a sweet energy. It's even though Nicole is kind of like this hard ass, you know, kind of gangster girl, she does have like the sweet side to her.
Yes, she does. It's I mean, in this episode, I think we got a little bit more friendly with each other.
Totally.
But definitely, I don't know. Nicole still does, of course, are going to have her moments. But I think she's getting a lot nicer to
Her sassy moments.
Yeah, like at the beginning of the show where I first entered, I mean, that was not very nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she's getting better.
And is that more Luna or is that more Nicole? Like the sass, like is the nice part more Luna?
You're such a sweetheart.
I know.
It's just
You're
so shocking.
such a,
Obviously, you're a good actress because you
Yes,
know how to
you
play
are.
a sassy,
Thank
feisty
you.
girl.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Energetically, you guys are just totally different.
Yes. I don't know. It's I
Maybe
think
that's an unfair question.
I mean, I think I do have some Nicole moments.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think we're just both really different, and but that's what I love about it. Playing a character and being an actress, you just you get to play a different part of what you actually are. So I love playing Nicole. And it's great.
Right. Yeah. All right. Well, so let's recap the episode. So Jessica needs to get her realtor license because she sold a house and she thinks like she's like this pro.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't need a license. I don't need somebody to teach me how to do this. I can do this. But of course, Alexander, she's so hilarious, that actress. She has like such an 80s thing about her. Do you guys get that?
Yeah. She's really funny. Yeah. I love her.
So Alexander comes in and she's like, Jessica does not have her license, and the cop is like, oh, hey, Jessica. And Jessica's like, yeah, he's a regular at my husband's restaurant. And I thought that was really interesting because it kind of shows how their family is becoming a part of the community, like a legitimate part of the community.
Yeah. I think that's like, it's just like when the show's progressing or how much it has progressed, I think they're definitely getting part, like you said, more involved with the community, with Cattleman's Ranch, and just with everyone around it, really. Yeah. And so I love seeing that in the show, just it progressing and stuff. So,
in this episode, I think we saw more, just everybody kind of finding their place. Like Honey is obviously, feeling comfortable enough to jog around the neighborhood, and she looks amazing, by the way. Wow, doesn't she look amazing? Okay, and then we cut to Louis, and he gets this gigantic box delivered to him, and the delivery man is just kind of waiting there for like a tip, obviously. And Louis is like, oh, I forgot my wallet. Oh my gosh.
No.
And he's like, you're at home.
I know. Yeah.
So that, I think that's playing on kind of like the penny pinchy qualities of some Asians might have. But and then we cut to Eddie, who's, you know, drooling over Nicole walking across the street. And so you were telling me a little bit before we went on air.
Yes.
Originally, you were supposed to be blowing this like gigantic bubblegum, kind of like Beyonce in Crazy in Love, right? And tell us about that. What happened there?
Okay, so it was just, we were all like really excited about what my second entrance was gonna be, because my first entrance was just
so epic,
very big, and playing
definitely.
Shimmy Shimmy On and everything. So, but I mean, this entrance was a little bit more, I don't know, but I was supposed to be blowing bubble gum, and of course they didn't, as you can see, they didn't show that in the show, but while we were filming, I like couldn't get the bubble big enough. So
how big did they want it to be?
It was supposed to be very big. It was
it's a difficult thing.
Like it was supposed to be huge,
Oh my
and they
God.
were just
So did
like,
they
aim
give-
for big. I was just like, what do you mean aim for big? And they were just
Did
like,
they give you like a special kind of gum?
that was the thing. So first they got me like not like gum that wasn't bubble gum. So I was like, I can't do
Blow
this. Like I
that.
can't blow this.
Right.
And so then they got me like Hubba Bubba, and it really worked. And but every single time, because I had to like walk and I had to blow, and I was like, so I was just blowing the bubble, and it just like kept popping in my face, and I was like, ah.
There wasn't that smooth pop, like right
Yeah,
into the mouth.
yeah,
That can be a
exactly.
disaster.
Yeah.
That's hard to do at the same time.
Yeah, and also you're, you know, it's not like you're a professional bubble blower.
I'm not exactly.
And you're so young, and it's hard to do like the sexy walk and the bubble.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, how old was Beyonce when she shot Crazy in Love? She was like
Probably in her young 20s, I would assume, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Early
that
20s.
music video.
I know that music video is a classic. As is this music video.
Yeah, I had to watch Crazy in Love on set of Fresh Off the Boat
Really?
for my entrance. And they were
The
just
first
like,
one.
Yeah, my first entrance. And they were just like, okay, you know what? We want you to like watch this video and just so you can get like a little feel. So I watched J-Lo, I watched Beyonce. So just getting the whole vibe of it all was really cool. So I watched that video, and I mean, I was inspired doing my little walk and everything. So yeah.
Is Beyonce and J-Lo as relevant today as they are?
They are. They're just a different type
In a
of
different
relevance.
way.
You know, like they have
They're
different
kind
music
of-
now, so they're going with today's trends. But so you're seeing
They're
them.
kind of like our Madonna, right? So like when we were young, like Madonna was kind of like not our generation, but kind of like still like an epic star.
Right.
I feel like J-Lo and Beyonce is kind of like that for your generation. Am I wrong?
No. I think that I think you're spot on about that. Yeah.
But Madonna just released a new album, so she's like,
oh my gosh, she's coming
like,
back. I love Madonna. She's so
really?
cool. Yeah.
Wow. So she's like, she's like gone across like multiple generations. It's amazing.
I know. Me and my mom, we were in the car the other day, and Vogue came on, and she was just like, Luna, you know this song, right? I was like, yes, I know this song, Mom. And she was like, have you seen the video? And I was like, embarrassed. I was like, no, I have never seen this video. And she was in shock. She was like, Luna, oh my gosh, you haven't seen this video? And I was like, no, I haven't. And so I have to watch this video now.
Yes, you definitely should check out the Vogue video. It's okay. I didn't watch it for a very long time either.
Besides watching Beyonce and J-Lo to kind of like prep you for the 90s, anything else that you had to kind of be taught? Because you're wearing exactly what a 90s girl would wear, especially your hair, how it's
oh my gosh, I know.
I love that.
I know. Yes, actually, me and Hudson, I mean, okay, so Hudson and I feel like both of us in the show, just like together, I feel we are two of the characters in the show that bring out hip hop the most in the things that we do. Right. Because not a lot of the other characters in the show do that.
Right.
And so in the kids, Hudson and I had to learn a lot about hip hop, and I had to learn a lot about Jennifer Lopez, and I had to watch Fly Girl videos, and it was just a bunch of fun learning.
Right.
But yeah, for sure, I had to learn about hip hop and stuff.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, but you said in the previous time that you joined us that Clueless is still one of your favorite
I know,
movies.
I love Clueless. Like it's my favorite movie of all time.
That's a good one.
It's a great film.
So does Hudson like the 90s too, or is it all just magical acting? Because Hudson is actually not like a trained actor, I believe, right? He just kind of fell into this role.
Yeah, I don't know actually, but I know that Hudson. I would say from knowing Hudson very well that I don't think he's like Eddie at all. But getting all the ladies, I think he's good. I love Hudson. So
that is so funny.
Yeah,
that's like with all the guys. So Ian is your hubby, and like Emery is like obviously the Casanova of the three in the show. It's all very funny. Those two are just so adorable.
They're adorable. Yeah. I love it.
They're just the adorable factor.
I know.
Yes. Yeah. It's it like cracks me up every time on the carpet when last at Lights Camera Cure that we did over the weekend. We oh my gosh, I always get so confused. Emery, Forrest, it's Doris.
I know, me too. So okay, so I don't feel bad because like if you get confused, I feel like so okay, confused. I'm okay.
But Forrest, I love how he has down like when people are just like, oh, can you like describe your characters for us? He like has down what he's gonna say. He's like charming, smart, blah 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 blah. And I don't know,
he seems like very that kind of personality. He said like he's a math whiz.
Oh yeah.
And he both of them are incredibly cute and smart.
But yeah, I love Forrest.
Yeah. So we get introduced to Lewis's hair drying machine chair, the 3000S.
Yes, the 3000S.
Yeah,
that was more of a game, like a video game for them than actually using it for their hair.
Yeah, I was born in the 90s, but I didn't know that was a thing.
I would not know.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. I just never used it.
That's so crazy.
Looked at it
I had no idea.
Not my thing.
Yeah. Wow. But it was very interesting to see that, and so Lewis is obsessed with this hair dryer. There's a lot of hair in this show. Yeah, hair is a big deal.
Hair is a huge deal. Yeah. I just noticed this like while filming and watching the show that Hudson at the beginning of the show his hair was like very short and it was very very like cut and then like as the show's going on, it's just like growing. It's just like going up further. Yeah. And I feel like my ponytails are getting like more like
everything is voluminous.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
you guys are growing up and filling out.
I know. I feel like everyone's hair is just getting bigger.
That is so funny. Yeah. Maybe that's just because you guys are growing on the show, which is nice to see. I mean, it obviously has just been one season, but even with you and with Hudson and with Emery and Evan, I did notice that you guys are growing up and it's happening so fast and it's like happening right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like all of us on set together, we all grew up in a huge way and we just loved being together almost every single day and it was great always having them. And it's funny cuz every single day we're together, me, Forrest, and Ian, I don't recall us ever having scenes together in the whole entire.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
wow.
I don't think we ever had one scene together, but we're like together all the time on set.
The four of you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the one scene when you're babysitting and they're having dinner.
Oh my god, I just totally forgot about that.
One that I can think of.
Yeah, the sriracha.
Yeah,
why did I forget about that? Why did I forget? But
it's okay.
Yeah,
but it was a quick scene.
Yeah, it was a quick scene.
Oh my gosh, actually, what am I talking about? When I walked in the door. Okay, you know what? Totally forget what I just said. Totally forget now.
Moving on. Speaking of moving.
You hang out with them all the time.
Yes, I do.
So it's hard for you to remember. But
Speaking of moving, so Jessica is going to get her test, and she literally tells a woman, "Can you move? I'm not going to be here very long." I thought that was incredibly sassy.
But it's so Jessica. Like, she's the only one who can pull that off. Yeah, I would totally move if he asked me. Like, yeah, of course. You have the power.
Right. And so, and then she meets Kim, who's like, oh, yeah, I've sold 358 houses, and, I've been named best realtor, and, Jessica is feeling just like a little bit intimidated and
because she's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So it's hard for her to see someone else plus she also feels kind of threatened that, oh my God, I have 3 kids.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, am I really in my phase 2 of my life?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
well, the overarching theme of this episode, I think, was, you know, being the best and being your best, right? And we definitely saw like the 2 dichotomies of Jessica's story and with Eddie's story with you, because, you know, Eddie obviously has this huge crush on Nicole, on you, and he's trying to figure. It's the first time he's really had a crush on, you know, a girl. I mean, you can't count Honey because that was a little inappropriate.
Yeah, Hudson.
That was just
I know,
this is like a real
but that
crush.
was a butt grab. That was, I mean, like that was pretty serious.
That was. It's funny. Every single time Hudson watches that scene, he gets so embarrassed, and he's just like,
I'm sure.
"No, I don't want them."
And that is so funny.
Yeah, and so it's just that's so opposite of Hudson. It's just so weird seeing him.
Oh, I mean,
with his swag, like, no problem, girl. I got you, girl.
I know.
Speaking of swag, so, you know, so you guys are spending time together because, you know, he talks to Louis. He's like, Dad, I really like this girl. Like, how do I, like, teach me how I'm going to get her? And Louis says, well, you just got to kind of be everywhere that she is.
Yes.
And Hudson sees that she gets into detention, and so he follows you there by saying Oprah is, what is it?
Oprah sucks.
Oprah sucks.
I love how that got him into detention.
I know.
That
is just,
sentence.
That's hilarious.
That was a good one from the writers.
Yeah. And so he winds up, the writers are amazing.
Writers are incredible on the show.
They are just
They're so
amazing.
diverse too, and also their ethnicities, but they have like the same voice. So it's
absolutely,
the writing is amazing.
Absolutely, I was at a WGA event with them, and just to hear the kind of collaborative kind of process and how they really kind of, you know, bring things from their own lives, you know, like their parents, their mom, their dad, you know, what it was like for them. And I think that's why, you know, when you see the tweets, when you see people, you know, the dialogue that surrounds Fresh Off the Boat, it's always, it reminds me of my family. I'm like this. This has happened to me. And it has like this real authentic tone to it.
It's not just Asian Americans that can relate to the show. It's every single family can relate to the show, even if you're not born in the 90s. Like I can be like, oh my gosh, like I've had a crush on a boy. Like I know how this feels not getting him. Blah blah blah. Like so
which is why it's successful. Because, but before, I'm sure maybe you and the other cast members were worried. Are we coming across as racist? Or there was just news about that, you know, stereotypes, how are we going to beat this?
Yeah.
But because it's a show for the general audience, which is why it's doing so well. So.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's not that they're, like, pushing it with everything they're saying. It's just their minds creating something that's hilarious and people love to watch. And they're just like, yeah, this might be like a little racist, but it's not really, because they're just it's something everyone loves, and I mean people are watching it every single week, and so if people are loving it, I mean, of course they're doing something right. So,
absolutely. And I think, you know, it's just it's a bit of a point of pain, only because it took us so long to have, you know, an Asian American family on television. But Fresh Off the Boat has been a ginormous success, and because of Fresh Off the Boat, we will be seeing more and more Asian American families and Asian American characters and stories on TV. So I think some of that will, you know, will kind of
completely agree, because it has just. The Fresh Off the Boat, I really believe that this has opened so many doors for the Asian American community.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just in entertainment, but in like everything.
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
Yeah, so it's opened doors for here, there, here, there, here, there.
Absolutely.
And it's just everyone's just realizing like, wow, this has really changed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Eddie Huang, who is, you know, the author of the book Fresh Off the Boat that this series is based on, said it best in his Times interview when he said, you know, I want to see Asian Americans. I don't know exactly what he said.
I read it. It's amazing.
But basically, what he was saying is like, I want to see Asian American like a president, a vampire, and like a garbage man, because Asian Americans are just people. And that's the beauty of television is, you know, it allows us to kind of empathize and connect with people as people, not you know, somebody who is Asian or African American or Hispanic.
Yeah, I totally agree, because I mean, for ABC, I think they did amazing this year with their diversity, with Blackish, with Christella, with Fresh Off the Boat,
Jane the Virgin.
That
wasn't ABC, but
no, that's CW. Yeah,
but
CW,
still. So it's just.
But How to Get Away with Murder. I mean,
everything.
ABC has really taken the lead.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of How to Get Away with Murder, I was at the home premiere, the home premiere of the little alien, the new movie Home.
Yeah,
it's the little purple alien. Yes, with Rihanna, and it was so much fun. But oh my god, me and my mom I see, and I'm right after. I'm just like, Mom, no. She's like, Luna, what? I'm like, that's Viola Davis.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, Mom, oh my god, no. And so I'm like freaking out, and oh my god, it was insane. But I just tried to. That's where I'm getting. So I did the carpet, I did the interviews, I got inside, I saw her, I went up to her, I was like, Viola, hi, and she was like, oh my gosh, hi, and I was just like, I want to say that I'm on an ABC show. She was like, you're on ABC? I was like, yes, and she was like, oh my gosh, what are you? And I was like, Fresh Off the Boat. She was like, I love Fresh Off the Boat, and I was just like, oh my god, stop, please.
My life's been
Oh
made.
my gosh.
But literally, I'm not even joking. So I left Westwood where it was. I was like, knowing that, I was like, I met Viola Davis today. I was like, whoa.
Wow,
It
that
was
is so
great.
amazing.
Sorry to say, but I was starstruck. I was by Viola Davis. I was like, oh my god.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad you got a chance to meet her.
I know, it was great.
And many more, I'm sure.
And she was just a great spirit, and she was just amazing to talk to, and she was so much fun and just so welcoming. And it was great. It was so much fun.
It's nice to see that. I hear this a lot, that the kind of general attitude and the character of people in Hollywood have changed. The days of being a diva and days of being like this kind of, not so nice person, those days are kind of over. Because there's so much talent now. You're so incredibly mature and well composed for your age, and it's a very competitive landscape. So it's really nice to hear that people are nice.
Yeah, it's just it's like, I feel an actor, actress a while ago would have been a little intimidated to go up to someone like Viola Davis and ask. I asked for a picture. I was not afraid. I was just like, "Can I have a picture of you?" She was like, "Yeah." But I feel like young actors like me nowadays, if they see someone that's inspiring to them and see someone who's Academy Award winning, they will go up to them and be like, you inspire me.
Right.
You inspire so many other people.
Absolutely, yes.
And so I feel like a while ago that wouldn't have happened, and people would not have gone up to Viola Davis and stuff. So I'm saying, I feel like, just be proud if you see someone that huge and you take it in that you're just like, I met an amazing person today. So,
absolutely. Yeah, that's amazing. Couldn't have said it better. So well said. Getting back to this episode, let's talk about the Chip Witch and, Jessica freaking out because she just kind of feels like, she's under all of this pressure, and she meets Honey, and she decides not to take the test. And
pretend that she took it, though.
But she pretends that she took it.
Yes.
And do you guys see, and Lewis is like, hey, how's it going? He's trying to be supportive, and obviously I think maybe senses that something is a little off.
I had a feeling he knew. I had a feeling that because he knows his wife. How can you not know your wife?
Lewis is a little bit of like a Jedi master. Like
he pretends that nothing is going on, but really
but
inside
he's like on top of everything. He's on top of everything, which I think is an interesting choice because they don't use a grandmother in that way, which I think is really interesting, and is a specific choice.
It's so funny. The grandmother, she barely says anything in the show, and but she's just so funny.
Yeah,
I think I've heard her say like 3 lines in the whole entire show.
Yeah,
and it's just people are like literally like laughing out loud.
Right,
and it's so funny just like seeing her and watching her.
I think it's good though. I think it's good not because that would be kind of like the easy way, right? To use the grandmother as
people,
like the heavy,
that's
kind
what
of
people
wise.
would think.
Exactly, but Lewis is actually incredibly wise, and he's always looking out for his family and always trying to facilitate growth in his family, which I think is beautiful and amazing.
I think that's great.
Even that moment when Evan and Emery are sitting underneath the 3000S and they're like playing cops and robbers or whatever they're playing in like space, you just see Louis standing there, and it's just like all these like cute moments. And then we see him at the end of the episode playing by himself in his 3000S. And Maureen, like, who is Maureen? It was like so random. And Jessica was like, who's Maureen? And he's like, I knew you were listening. I just thought that was a really cute moment. So back to Eddie and Luna. So Luna invites Eddie over.
I love how Eddie can do anything. He's even willing to get his makeup done, and his ears pierced, or whatever that you are intending.
I know. He really, really loves you. Like
he had someone in real life like chase you like that.
I'm sure she's had many. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know, because I'm like not in their mind, so I don't really know if they've ever chased me like that. But I don't know.
I'm sure they have. They just were intimidated.
Thank you.
Yes. But so Eddie lets you pierce his ears.
Yes, it was that was such a fun day. Just that it was so much fun.
That scream was perfect.
Yeah, it was literally, like, I will never forget that day. Just so many laughs that we had on set. Yeah. It's me and one of the writers on the show. We had this like little inside joke that day. We just all the kids and even the adults. We just have so much fun on set. So I like got this like Ninja Turtle sword from the set table. I went up to her and I was just like, I'm a Ninja Turtle. And she was like, ah! And so we like did little Ninja Turtle fights. And then they were like, okay, we need to go. And so like I was like a Ninja Turtle to like Nicole piercing someone's ear. So it was just so much fun.
And those memories that will just like stick with you. Even like when the show is over, you're gonna remember.
And at the rap party, there was this photo booth, and me and her, we took a photo, and we had this little like sign that said Ninja Turtles for life, and we had like a little thing. That was very cute.
Sweet.
Yeah, I loved it.
I love Jessica and Louis's reaction when Eddie comes in with the hat and the gloves, and then she takes the gloves off. And
I love that. I love the hand.
I know.
She's like that, by the way, because that's totally called henna. Well, Mendy. But
henna.
Those are nice designs.
Yes, it was just little stick-on hennas. It was not all drawn out, but it was stick-ons. But yes, it was very beautiful.
I know. Her reaction was just so funny when she was like, Eddie, your hairs are so beautiful.
I know. That was really funny.
It was very funny. So Eddie finally gets like a talk from his parents, and they're like, and Louis is like, look, you gotta be you, right? And it's funny because like Louis just told that to Jessica and was like, is being the best really that important, or is it being your best, just trying your best? And I love that when Eddie goes up to you, and he was such a man about it, and it was so smooth and so suave, and he was like, what is it, like you ask him like, hey, do you want to come over?
No,
like, did you make up?
No, he literally just came up to me and was just like, Nicole, the earring. I took out the earring.
You say, where's your earring?
Yes.
And there's like a bloody hole.
I was like, where's your earring?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I took it out, and just being very like straightforward about it. And I remember just that day, and that was just like a huge change for Eddie and Nicole. Nicole realizing it's like, oh, he isn't into this sort of stuff. Maybe I do have to get used to that. Yeah. And then Eddie just like standing up for himself and
I think she knows that he's not into it. Yeah. But I think what surprises her is that he actually comes up to her and tells her, But he was so smooth. I loved when he was like, but you should keep doing your thing because you're really good at it.
Yeah.
And it was the same kind of suave thing when you told him that, you want to go to beauty school, and he was like, girl, you don't need anybody to teach you how to be beautiful. Yeah. That was so cute.
I mean, I was like, beauty school for makeup? Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So sweet. And so and where do you think that your relationship with Eddie is going? I mean, obviously you know.
Do you know? Have they told you kind of down the line or not yet?
You wrapped this season, right?
Yes.
We've wrapped the season.
Yes, we've wrapped the season.
Okay, maybe we should. We can't say. That's an unfair question.
Yes.
Okay, that's an unfair question.
I think recently you said, not recently, but in an interview with Examiner, you were talking about how you're a character. it's not, your character's not an outsider, but she doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
What did you mean by that exactly? How she doesn't fit in? And do you think that's changed over the course of the episodes?
I think, or
maybe you didn't.
No, I have the answer. It's just that Nicole, what I meant by that is just that she doesn't really, everyone's so like square in the neighborhood, and everyone's just like, oh, we I don't know, but everyone, you get it. It's just everyone's
like
very,
go to the rules, and they do kind of,
typical. Right. And so I just think Nicole, I mean, she comes out in a rap song and is just walking out in her Nikes and everything. And you can see between Honey and me, it's just there's such a difference. Yeah. And so yeah, that's what I meant by
like a little bit of a rebel kind of like
exactly. That's exactly what I meant.
I think
interesting.
But I think that's kind of how one way you and Eddie like Nicole
get along.
and Eddie connect, because she says, you know, I'm glad that you guys moved in next door.
Yeah, that was a cute little sweet moment.
Yeah.
It was the bathroom scene, just like all together, was just, it was a very cute moment to be in. And I mean, I didn't really get it at the beginning when I got the script. I was just like, I mean, I know who Melissa Joan Hart is, but I mean, what is this with the crimper? I'm like, what is that? And then I went and I did my research, and I was like, oh, I get it now, blah, blah, blah. And so filming the bathroom scene with my line is just, this is the same crimper Melissa Joan Hart uses. I'm just being so proud of that.
So funny.
And I just think that was very like 90s.
I read on Twitter, people love that. They love the Melissa Joan Hart reference. Like, I loved her in the 90s. So that was a good.
It was very
good
very good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I think that was great, and I think the little sincere moment that Eddie and I have, just like our faces so close together, and me piercing his ear.
That was like a very romantic moment. It was a really cute, sweet moment.
Yeah. Every single time we did takes on that, me and Hudson, like we had to like look at each other's like ear. We could never look at each other in the eye, because we would just laugh like we would just burst out laughing.
Yes, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
Well, I think if the viewers would kind of like to know, how did you get started into acting? You know, what was it that really kind of made you want to go into it, or propelled you into it?
Okay, so I started watching movies at a very young age, and my dad's a director.
Oh, okay.
And so I don't know, I just like grew up watching films.
You always just grew up in that environment.
And I loved E.T. when I was little, and watching Drew Barrymore.
You kind of have a little Drew Barrymore thing going on.
Yes,
it is Drew Barrymore.
I know you have a dream working with Steven Spielberg, so that probably is like...
Wait,
what should happen, knock on wood. Was she really...
I see.
I
put it out there in the universe. Absolutely.
I know. I would love to work with Steven Spielberg. My dream would come.
You are already on a roll. You're on like a hit ABC show.
Yes,
thank
girl.
you.
Yeah, just keep on. It's brick by brick, brick by brick, one step by one step.
I know. That'd be like a dream of mine to work with him.
You met Viola Davis, and now next.
I know. I feel like I'm just like getting them done.
Yes, one step at a time.
Exactly.
So, do you have anything else going on outside of Fresh Off the Boat that you would like to talk about?
Just auditioning right now a lot. Since Disney is like basically sister and brother with ABC. I'm going out for Disney a lot, and it's that's really fun. And so I'm just going out for a bunch of different things, movies and television. But yeah, so just auditioning right now, and hopefully something comes along. But if it doesn't, I mean, I have Fresh Off the Boat with me.
And I'm sure something absolutely will come.
Thank you.
That's just the way the industry is. You know, it's a slow process.
Yes.
Yeah. So patience is definitely a virtue.
Yes, it is. What do you like to do outside of acting?
Yes, that's a great question.
Outside of acting. I mean, I'm 13, so I do love hanging out with my friends.
Of course.
You need a lot of that.
Yes.
And do you have any more questions, or should we do like a little bit of a prediction? I know Luna can't participate, but is there something that you would like to see? Yeah, in the next episode.
This part always. Oh yeah, we gotta wait for that music.
Yes, we have very special music.
Okay, we're gonna see a lot more of Jessica, of course, in her realtor
world.
You know, like selling houses, of course.
Yes.
So I don't know, we might run into a little bit of a problem there, but we have to go back to Lewis's restaurant because we didn't see that much of it in this episode.
I don't think there was a single scene in Cattleman's Ranch this episode.
Yeah, because it's doing well so far. So I think I'm going to go back to my earlier prediction of how there's going to be maybe a rivalry restaurant coming up, or he's going to have a little bit of a challenge.
Interesting. Oh, we got a little reaction from Luna. Maybe you're hitting on something there.
I don't know. And obviously, Emery and Evan are going to be cute kids. They're
yes.
Maybe they're going to bring home a girl.
Maybe. I would like to see more of Evan and Emery. I know it's hard because they're so young. And like, what can you? Not that like when you're that young things aren't happening in your life. Life is definitely happening to you, but I would like to see a little. You're right. I would like to see a bit more of Evan and Emery. Yeah, absolutely.
And Eddie. Eddie, I'm trying to think.
Well, Eddie, I mean, definitely with Nicole, we'll see.
We really hope, because we're totally. Yeah. We love you guys together.
I know, it's very sweet. So,
I know. There's like this thing on Twitter. It's just like, I don't know exactly what it is. It's like, I think it's just like a ship name. It's like Nettie.
Nettie.
Yeah, it's Nettie.
That is so cute.
And then like Eddie Cole or something. But I like Nettie.
I like Nettie. I like Nettie better too.
Yeah, and so like these fans on Twitter, they're just like, "Oh my gosh, Tumblr is gonna go crazy," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" But it's a lot of fun just seeing how the fans react to the show. It's
absolutely
because all of their different opinions matter.
Absolutely.
And so just seeing everything, I'm just like, oh my God, this is so cool. Just watching everything. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, Luna, it was such a pleasure having you in the studio. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I know. And like, do come back. I'm sure Fresh Off the Boat will get renewed. Speaking of opinions, rate, subscribe, join in the conversation. You guys can find me at ms_JuneLee on Twitter and just ms_JuneLee on Instagram. And where can we find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at Luna Blaise and on Instagram Luna Blaise Boyd, and Blaise is spelled Blaise.
You guys can find me on Twitter at KanikaLol and Instagram at KanikaLol1. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
guys. See you guys next time. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.